me, come to me.
Good morning, and welcome to the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist congregation on this last Sunday of January the 30th. I am Lilene Fifield, your service leader for today. And our ministers today, are the Reverend Bonnie and Andy Anderson. Reverend Bonnie Anderson will be speaking about truth and a little bit about a very famous and wonderful person who recently passed, Desmond Tutu. Her sermon is, What is Ours to Do? And she will be speaking with us about how we can stay centered in our heart and still speak our truth when we strongly disagree. Again, a subject most meaningful and significant in this current social, political, spiritual climate. We're also pleased to have Reverend Andy Anderson bringing us his special beauty and truth-telling through original song. There will be time for discussion with the Andersons on Zoom at 11:30 this morning, and check-in is 11:15. The Zoom link can be found in the newsletter, very next to and close to the same link that you used to get on YouTube today. Both links are also on the website in our newsletter. If you are new to the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist Church, services, know that you're most welcome. We're glad to have you here. Our home is closed still, keeping us all safe during the recent escalation of COVID cases. We still connect, though, through calls to each other, Facebook happenings, our website, newsletter, and emails. And we will keep you current. Much appreciation, as always, goes to our staff, our committees, and our Sunday services crew. We begin each service, as always, with the lighting of our chalice. Our chalice lighting words for today: the quality of human life on our planet is nothing more than the sum total of our daily interactions with one another. Each time we help and each time we harm, we have a dramatic impact on our world. A quote by Desmond Tutu.
May this be the day we come together. Mourning we come to mend, withered we come to weather, torn we come to tend, battered we come to better. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning that though we weren't ready for this, we have been readied by it. We steadily vow that no matter how we are weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. This hope is our door, our portal. Even if we never get back to normal, someday we can venture beyond it, to leave the known and take the first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we will try to agree. Those fortunes we forswore, now the future we foresee. Where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed are now these moments we make, the moments we meet. And our hearts, once all together beaten, now all together beat. Come, look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember not just for the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heed this old spirit in a new day's lyric in our hearts. We hear it for Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne. Be bold, saying time this year. Be bold, saying time, for when you honor yesterday, tomorrow ye will find. Know what we fought need not be forgot, nor for none. It defines us, binds us as one. Come over, join this day just begun. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome.
Don't let this life pass you by. Stand tall and let your truth, let it shine. You're in charge of your destiny. It's only love that can set you free. Love is the only thing. Look straight ahead, no matter what life may bring. Let's not divide by class or race. Don't buy into the rage and the hate. It's only love that will let us see. Oh, it's only love that will set the world free. Love your fellow man, no matter the color. I know we can. We're all a part of the human race, so let's not forget, please don't hesitate. Can we respect and love one another, even though we don't agree with each other? We are one people living on one planet. We will build or destroy together. Oh, so can we love and let love see? Oh, it's only love that will set the world free. Don't wait for the by and by, thinking it will come from somewhere in the sky. It's only up to you and I, so let's live it from the inside out. Can we respect and love one another, even though we don't agree with each other? We are one people living on one planet. We will build or destroy together. Oh, so can we love and let love see? Oh, it's only love that will let the world be. will set the world free.
Thank you, Andy. That was wonderful. And now let me tell you a little bit about Reverend Andy and Reverend Bonnie Anderson. Both are ordained ministers who live in Roseburg, and they've been married for a long time, 36 years. They travel around the West Coast sharing their music and their message. Reverend Andy, as you have just been able to know and listen to, has been described as a singer, songwriter, and poet who comes from the heart. He performs his own visionary spiritual music that inspires and uplifts and deeply impacts people. His music inspires others to a greater understanding of themselves. And Reverend Bonnie's speaking style is energetic and upbeat. Her mission is to allow Spirit to work through her to bring more peace to the world. She uses personal stories and examples to sort of drop ideas right into the heart. Reverend Bonnie is also a facilitator of many workshops, including Soul Collage, which is a method to assist one in discovering your wisdom and thus facilitating change in your world. And now, with great pleasure, we bring Reverend Bonnie Anderson to join Reverend Andy Anderson.
Hi, everybody. Andy and I are so delighted to be back with you this morning. It's quite a privilege. And so I'd like to start out with a short meditation. So if you will just take a breath, close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and let's take a big breath together and let it go. And let your breath anchor you in this meditation. Breathe in, breathe out. It's the very essence of life, this oxygen that we breathe so easily, so effortlessly. Take a full breath of this sacred oxygen that's provided for us. There's always enough. And as you breathe, imagine that there is a warm golden light in front of you, warming you, breathing you. Imagine that there's a beautiful warm breeze blowing with this light, like you were standing on a beach in Hawaii. And imagine yourself standing on that beach in Hawaii with the sun shining on you gently, trade winds cooling you. Feel your feet, your bare feet in the warm sand, the warm, wet sand. And just breathe in that sacred air. Letting yourself ground and relax. Watching the waves gently lap up on the shore. Seeing the beautiful aquamarine color of the water of the waves as they roll in. Looking out to sea, you see the sun is sparkling on the water, glistening. So beautiful. And you see the straight line of the horizon seeming to go on forever. And you know that all is well in your world. You have this knowing that all is well. As you stand here refreshed and renewed, remembering that you are a spiritual being here in this form, standing on this beautiful beach, looking at the sacred waters and smelling the wonderful salty sea air. Relaxed, refreshed, renewed from this little mini trip to the ocean. Take another breath as you soak up the warmth and the beauty that's provided for you. As you return to the room that you're in, feel your body in your chair, in your couch, wherever you're sitting. Move your body and take another breath. And when you're ready, you can come back into the room refreshed and renewed and open. And now Andy is going to share another beautiful song with us.
Greet the morning sun, knowing I am one with all of creation. I see nature's beauty in me shine so I can see I live in harmony. And I'm so thankful for all that I am. I'm so grateful. I know that I can. So I just let the power that's in me, the beauty within me, the love that is me shine its way today. I see the flowers and the trees all blowing in the breeze, moving as one. I smell the morning mist in the air, see God's face everywhere. I feel my power. And I'm so thankful for all that I am. I'm so grateful. I know that I can. So I just let the power that's in me, the beauty within me, the love that is me shine its way today. I wake up every day excited to see myself in a brand new way. I know I can have, I know I can be. The universe just says yes, it's all up to me. When I'm connected to the one, the source we all come from, I can feel this power growing, growing. Feel it growing and growing, and I just let the power that's in me, the beauty within me, the love that is me shine its way today. I just let the power that's in me, the beauty within me, the love that is me shine its way today. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just let the power that's in me, the beauty within me, the love that is me shine its way today.
So the title of my talk today is What is Ours to Do? You know, our Archbishop Desmond Tutu passed away last month it was, in December. And as I started looking at his life and his quotes and what he stood for, I realized that everything that I'm saying today could be personalized by Desmond Tutu as a wonderful example. He was an example of a man who taught love and compassion while never being afraid to speak out and stand up for justice. Fellow South Africans were killed all around him when he was at rallies and speeches, and he spoke out for a non-violent end to apartheid courageously. There's so many wonderful quotes from Desmond Tutu. I don't even need to say anything. I could just read his quotes. But I'd like to share a few with you because they are so amazing. He said, "We are made for goodness, love, and compassion. Our lives are transformed as much as the world is when we live these truths." Can you imagine if everyone believed this? How the world would be transformed if everyone believed that we are made for goodness, love, and compassion? If every politician believed that this was their purpose, everything would change immediately. In his nonviolent stance, he always came from love, and he was fearless. He said, "If you are neutral in situations of justice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse, and you say that you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality." So what is ours to do? Each one of us knows for ourselves. Only you know what is yours to do. But I have to ask this question. Would anyone know that we're not neutral? When we do not act on our beliefs, it is if we are neutral. You may know of Mike Dooley's messages from the universe, that you can sign up for the app and you get these wonderful messages that come from the universe. And this is the one that came to me yesterday. Just knowing the truth is not enough, Bonnie, because knowing it without living it is the same as not knowing it. That resonated with me so deeply. If we know the truth and we don't live it, it's the same as not knowing the truth. You know, and I spent many years teaching and sharing the word and not living it. So I know from personal experience how this can be. I was an expert on all the spiritual teachers. I could quote you all the right answers, but my life didn't reflect it. So when we know it and don't live it, it doesn't work. How do I live the truth? How do I honor the dignity and worth of everyone when I may strongly disagree with them? How do I continue to come from love and not judgment and hate? Well, when I ask these questions, it's a wonderful thing, but the universe gives me the answers in many different ways. That's why life is so exciting. So I want to tell you a couple of experiences that I had recently. A few months ago, Andy and I were driving back from the beach at Bandon, and there's a great food truck in Elkton, a Mexican food truck that has delicious food. So we stopped on the way home to get some food at the Mexican truck, and we were sitting there waiting for our order to come out, and a man came in, and he had a T-shirt on with a symbol on it that I thought was QAnon. If it wasn't QAnon, it was some conservative symbol. And I looked at the man, and I immediately didn't like him. I nudged Andy, and I said, look at that. I mean, I thought, this guy is a racist. I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to be around him. I was hoping that he would get his food quickly and leave. And then you know what happened? That man came over and I forgot to mention that he even looked at us, and I imagined that he was giving Andy dirty looks. Then when he came and talked to us, he was the most delightful man. He was friendly. He told us the story of how he lived on the East Coast somewhere, and he met his wife who was from Elkton, and he ended up where he never thought he would be. He ended up in Elkton owning a cattle ranch and loving it and loving the cattle. He told us stories about his cattle. He was a delightful, friendly, warm man. So the perception I had for him was totally wrong. I misjudged him. And it was a lesson. When he left, I looked at Andy and went, whoa, there's a lesson for me. And just the other day, Saturday, we went to Bandon again. And we were there, the weather was beautiful and warm, and we were on the beach with Ben and our grandkids, and we were taking pictures and having fun and looking at the beautiful waves. And a man came up and said, would you like me to take a picture of you and Andy? I said, sure. So I gave him my camera. He took a couple of pictures. He was a really nice guy. I noticed that his hat had said he was a Vietnam veteran. So I started talking to him. I said, were you in Vietnam? And we started talking about it. And then it turns out that he and Andy were both in the Navy at the same time. And they may even crossed paths. So they were telling all these Navy stories and having fun. And I even went away and went for a walk, and they were still talking about this aircraft carrier and this destroyer. And it was they just really connected, and I heard them laughing and just enjoying themselves. And then when we were leaving, we were in the car, and he ran up to the car and said, oh, your son told me that you have a Facebook page, Andy. How can I get on it? So he obviously wanted to continue to connect. Well, we gave him the Facebook page, and we watched, and he left in a truck that was parked right next to us that we had noticed when we arrived, because it had a big pre-printed sign on the door that said Trump won. And when I saw that sign when we came in, I went, whoa, I've never seen a sign that big. That guy must really be a hater. And I thought to myself, well, he's certainly a racist. So didn't the universe give me another message? That here was a delightful, warm man that had much more in common with Andy than he had differences. Perceptions and assumptions can be misleading. I was reminded again that we have more in common than we think. We all want to have prosperity. We all want our families to be safe. We all want the same things in life, to be loved and cared for. Not every conservative is a racist. Our humanness connects us, and love is part of who we are. It was a real wake-up call for me. Maybe we all really are made for goodness, love, and compassion, as Tutu said. Maybe this is what shines through our judgments of others who think differently than we do. Desmond Tutu received a Nobel Peace Prize in 1984 for his opposition to South Africa's brutal apartheid regime. He was saluted by the Nobel Committee for his clear views and his fearless stance, characteristics which had made him a unifying symbol for all African freedom fighters. At one time, he and Nelson Mandela had a home on the same street in Soweto, and it said it was the only street in the world that had 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners living on it. He never wavered from his nonviolent teachings, despite many violent acts against blacks in South Africa. And he did not judge Nelson Mandela and his followers for taking a different stance. He accepted everyone. After the Peace Prize, he gained international standing and became a living symbol for peace. He helped pave the way for new policies and eventually for the end of apartheid. A journalist said this about him: "I covered South Africa in the late 1980s and early 1990s, which were intense, angry, violent years in a country that often seemed it was edging towards civil war. Yet time and again, Tutu, dressed in his flowing clerical robe, would appear at a potentially explosive scene and invoke his gift of gab to diffuse a crisis, often sending the crowd home with a smile on their faces. His impish grin, laughter, and amusing stories were always employed in the service of nudging South Africans to retreat from the precipice of a racial confrontation." If you Google Nelson Mandela's pictures, you see him smiling. You see joy. You can hear he had an infectious laugh. And he did so much good for peace, using that natural, unique nature of his. He used his unique personality and humor to fight oppression. He knew what was his to do. What is ours to do? Thich Nhat Hanh, who also recently passed away, said we are here to awaken from the illusion of our separateness. We are all one, even though we may disagree violently. We are all one. We are at a time when separateness is almost celebrated in our society. We brag about how different we are. I will wear a mask proudly and protect myself and others from COVID. I don't care if nobody else in the store is wearing a mask. I will wear my mask proudly. And then the other side says, I will express my freedom and never wear a mask or be vaccinated. I will leave an establishment rather than be forced to put a mask on. How can we see the independent web of existence in the midst of such a divided world? Well, Tutu says this: when we learn that human beings are of infinite value because they have been created in the image of God, and that it is blasphemy to treat them as if they were less than this, and to do so ultimately recoils on those who do this. In dehumanizing others, they are themselves dehumanized. Perhaps oppression dehumanizes the oppressor as much as, if not more than, the oppressed. They need each other to become truly free, to become human. We can be human only in fellowship, in community, in peace. We can be human only in fellowship with each other. And we cannot do that and remain neutral. What is mine to do is not to judge by appearances, and to remember that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have more in common than we realize, more in common than we have differences. What is mine to do is to teach, to awaken, to help us awaken to the truth that love really is the answer. To speak up when I see injustice, yet to speak from love and understanding. Not to speak from anger and division, but to speak from my heart. Tutu could speak up with laughter and a twinkle in his eye, yet with courage and steadfastness. I'm not sure if I can do this, yet I can still come from love and courage and not hatred and judgment. It's so easy, isn't it, to fall into judgment about people that believe differently than we believe. That does not spread peace. I can live the truth and others will know that I'm not neutral. Tutu says, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. We don't have to make a huge change. We can, but we can also do little bits of good. Some of you may run for office, write a letter to the editor, donate to organizations that you believe in, forge relationships with a wide range of people, speak out. Only you can know what is yours to do. Unitarians are not known for being neutral, for sitting back and letting others do the work. I would like to close with another quote from Desmond Tutu. I just couldn't help quoting him all over this talk because he has so many amazing quotes. I encourage you to go on Google and read some of them, just uplifting. We are made for goodness. We are made for love. We are made for friendliness. We are made for togetherness. We are made for all of the beautiful things that you and I know. We are made to tell the world that there are no outsiders. All are welcome. Black, white, red, yellow, rich, poor, educated, not educated, male, female, gay, straight, all. We all belong to this family, this human family, God's family. Thank you.
Sometimes when I find myself just holding on and afraid of letting go. Don't allow myself to see the truth of my wholeness, oneness, and the greatness that I am. But when I look inside where love resides, I know that I express all the joy that I possess. And when I love myself just the way I am, I wake up to my truth and let it come shining through. Then I let my spirit move, just like the ocean that's on the move. Always moving in, moving out, never still, never stopping that flow of life. But when I look inside, oh, where love resides, I know that I express all the power that I possess. And when I love myself, oh, just the way I am, I wake up to my truth and let it come bursting through. Oh, let my spirit keep on moving. Oh, and have its being. It keeps on shining in my life when I let it shine, shine, shine. Oh, sometimes when I find myself just holding in, holding on, and afraid of letting go. Don't allow myself to see the truth of my wholeness, oneness, and the greatness that I am. But when I look inside, oh, where joy resides, I know that I express all the power that I possess. And when I love myself, oh, just the way I am, I wake up to my truth and let it come bursting through, and I let my spirit move. I let my spirit move. I let my spirit move all day. I said I let my spirit move. I let my spirit move. Let my spirit, oh, I let my spirit move, yeah. Let my spirit, let my spirit move, yeah.
Thank you, Bonnie and Andy. Gosh, what a very special time we've had. Wonderful words, great music. We're going to close now with a video, and it's actually a video of many quotes of Desmond Tutu. And I suggest that you just sit back and enjoy the beauty of this amazing, amazing man. We close each service with the extinguishing of our chalice, and for today, with these words, "You are made for perfection, but you are not yet perfect. You are a masterpiece in the making." Thank you, Desmond Tutu, and thank you all for coming.